The 15 to start are as follows. Jamie Heaslip will be captain from number 8. Chris Henry, Jordi Murphy, Devon Toner, Iain Henderson, Mike Ross, Rory Best and Ken Healy. And the back line is Rob Carney, Tommy Bowe, Keith Earls, Robbie Henshaw, Dave Carney, Jonathan Sexton and Conor Murray. The replacements are Ricard Strauss, Jack McGrath, Nathan White, Donica Ryan, Rhys Ruddock, Owen Redden, Ian Madigan and Luke Fitzgerald.
Joe, is Johnny fully fit?
Yeah, we've allowed him to build his way back into the week. He had a fairly light start to the week. He trained fully in the Millennium Stadium this morning, and we believe that he's ready to go. There's a few guys, to be honest, who are carrying bumps and bruises. It's been a very light training week, but we've got 48 hours more to freshen and hopefully be ready to go by 1 p.m. Sunday.
Just on Jordi Murphy, Joe, what was the thinking of the balance of your back?
Jordi's started Six Nations matches for us. He's played 6 before. He's played across the back row before, and we felt that he was probably best positioned, having rehearsed running in that position more often than anyone else. We did think about putting Iain Henderson there and putting Donica Ryan in, and that may still happen during the game. But we felt that Paul is an unbelievably good scrummager for us. Iain is an incredibly strong young man, so we felt that added a little bit more ballast to our tight five because our back five have lost a lot of experience.
Chris, this is a huge opportunity for you. Although, as Joe mentioned, in the season before last, you played all those Six Nation matches and played exceptionally well when you came back into the side.
Yeah, I'd always say it's a huge opportunity. The back row is always so tough to get a slot in there, and fortunately myself and Jordi Murphy have been chomping a bit to get playing. So look, for the majority of this team, we haven't played in too many quarterfinals of World Cup, so look, it's obviously the biggest game of my career. It's something that the whole week, it's hard to keep the emotions in track because of the magnitude of it. But we just want to get out there and do the best we can. And as I said, this squad of players has been built over the last 2 years. Boys that have got their chances before have done well, and now it's just for the players now to step up to the plate.
The loss of those 3 players with the players you brought in, what are your thoughts on it now?
Well, look, I think Chris has played right through a full Six Nations with us and played exceptionally well. He unfortunately was unavailable for the last Six Nations, and somebody else filled in, and it's been a little bit like that. Rhys Ruddock is coming late, but it's not the first time he's come in late. He came in late to replace Chris before we played South Africa, and he played very well against Australia. And Jordi Murphy started at number 8 against England in the Six Nations, and matches don't get too much bigger than that for us on this side of the world. So, we've got confidence in those guys who've come in. Jamie obviously has been involved in every game so far, and so he brings a little bit of cohesion, and the other 2 lads bring a bit of freshness, and I have no doubt they'll bring a real vitality to our set piece and to our broken play.
Joe, what will Paul O'Connell's role be exactly over the next few days? Will he be in the dressing room on Sunday?
That's unlikely. Once someone is outside the group, as influential as Paul is, as talismanic as he is, he will be around, but he hasn't actively been involved in preparing the team. He's been in and around, and I think that alone gives players confidence. I think his surgery went really well. He seems to be in very good humour based on what he's putting up online, that's a good sign for us.
Chris, no Irish team's been to a semi-final in the World Cup. We've had Barry McGuigan and Rory McIlroy in to see you the last week or so. What can that experience and their experience give you?
Yeah, look, I think we're very privileged that we're able to meet these type of people and the characters they are. Look, I think we're very driven ourselves, but I think the biggest motivating factor is the support we've had. Last week's game in the Millennium was just, the atmosphere was incredible. Nobody, I think, has experienced anything like it. I've no doubt that someday the fans will be just as louder, if not more, even though it's a 1 o'clock kickoff. But yeah, look, we loved it last week, and we just hope that we can go out there and do ourselves justice and get stuck in. And you said we have a chance to make history, and everyone's very, very focused on prepared extremely well, and now it's about going out there and having no regrets after the game.
Joe, is the camp aware of the level of expectation and the hype? I know it's a bubble environment, but is any of that seeping in? And A, how have you kind of, I suppose, dealt with that? And B, are you feeding on that?
To be honest, we have been in a bit of a bubble, and so we haven't been burdened by it or utilised it to further motivate players. I think Chris has probably expressed really well the degree of motivation for players, and it's keeping a lid on that a little bit, because we know that playing the game is it's an emotionally charged moment, but at the same time you've got to be very clear in your thinking, and so it's trying to get that balance. But inevitably that expectation, that excitement seeped through because it was so visible to us, it was so audible to us last weekend.
Joe, it was an emotionally and physically exhausting game against France last day. From what you've seen in training this week, how confident are you that you could hit those heights again and go even better against Argentina?
You know me pretty well. I'm never confident. I don't like to be a skeptic. I'm just a realist, really. That I know really at this time of the week, we have the captain's run tomorrow. A major part of the coaching has been done for the week, and it's handed over to the players. And one of the things that the coaching staff have of the players is an incredible trust. And I think that was evident in, I think it was repaid in what occurred last weekend. And I know the players will prepare themselves through this next 47 hours to be ready to go, as ready as we can be.